So I have some questions for you. Do you like being the creator of your own reality?
Yeah.
Do you like acknowledging that you are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe?
Absolutely.
Do you like knowing that your inner being is the expanded version of you?
Yeah.
Do you like knowing that without you, that your inner being could not be the expanded version of you?
Yes.
Do you understand that without you, your inner being could not be the expanded version of you? Do you like knowing that without you, in the contrast that you're living, the expanded version of you would not exist? Do you like knowing that your inner being stands in appreciation of the expansion that you are providing for it and for all that is? Do you like knowing that being here in this contrasting environment is what has caused you to cause an expansion of the universe? Do you like knowing that you are the primary factor that is putting the eternalness in eternity? Do you like knowing that you stand in the most important place in the expansion of all that is? Do you like knowing that while you are standing in the most important place of the expansion of all that is, that means you are in the place of receiving the most pleasure from that expansion if you will allow it? Do you like knowing that you are on the cusp of allowing yourself to be the constant, steady, visceral receiver of that vibrational feeling that our friend called earlier, that feeling of coming home, that feeling of clarity? Do you like knowing the important piece of the puzzle that you put in this? Do you like knowing that you were source energy before you came, but that you came into this physical body, into this important personality, sifting and sorting through the details of your time and space so that you could add to all it is? And do you like knowing that you have done that? Do you like knowing that even if you never heard a word from us or anyone like us about law of attraction or about expansion or about inner being or about non-physical or about what you call God, do you like knowing that even if you had not heard any of this from us, that your life experience would cause the next logical step of that expansion, and that joyful experience is being lived by the majority of you, of the being that you are? Do you like knowing that when you reemerge into non-physical, you will come into that exaltation in one fell swoop, that you will allow yourself in your absence of resistance to, in a moment, in a flash of a moment that we can't even find words that are small enough in order to depict it, that you would allow yourself to be the recipient of all that you have become? Do you know how extraordinarily fantastic the death experience is when you leave behind all resistance and you reemerge into the fullness of that which you are? And do you know that you do not have to leave this body and reemerge into non-physical in order to have that experience? Do you know that you have the ability to finely tune, by caring about the way you feel, your thoughts until you consistently hold yourself in that place where you are the receiver of the thoughts that your inner being knows? Do you know that your inner being could accurately define for you everything that's in your vortex, but that words don't teach? And so it isn't a rendition of what's in there that you want to hear. You don't want a recollection of it. You don't want somebody to send you a catalog of what's in there. You want to have the visceral experience of watching it unfold in its full fruition for you. In the same way that you don't want somebody to describe how good something tastes, you want to put it in your mouth and taste it. You don't want somebody to describe to you what they're seeing. You want to look with your own eyes and see it. You don't want somebody to explain to you what it feels like to be touched or what it feels like to have your skin on your body. You want to have the visceral experience of that. Well, that's what you've got. You're here as leading edge creators with all that is good flowing to you and through you, with everything that has been and everything that is surrounding you, in order to inspire you piece by piece to the creation of a vibrational reality that you have the wherewithal today and tomorrow and the next day to realize, to have the experience of, to be the translator of into real life experience. You have the ability to love in ways that you have not yet allowed yourself to love. You have the ability to maintain that consistently of love, but there are heights, not just the consistency of it, there are heights of love that you have not yet allowed yourself to realize. And it's the consistency of it that allows the momentum of it, and it's the momentum of it that allows the bigness of it, the fullness of it, the moreness of it, you see. You cannot get it wrong, and you cannot get it done, because you are an eternal being and you will always forevermore be having this glorious experience. But it's time for you, our human counterparts, It's time for you to give yourself a break, to chill out more, to lighten up by not taking everything so seriously. Stop taking score and allow yourself to be the emotional, aligned being that you are meant to be. We are exhilarated by what has happened here. We are knowing that while you have listened closely, because Esther has been spewing these words at a very fast rate, the words have been coming strong and steady at you for several hours, and it is a credit to you that you've maintained your sanity as well as you have. I want you to know that far more than a verbal description of who you are, what has taken place here has been an energetic offering of that which you are. And it is our knowing that because of your willingness to focus here, to play with us a little bit, to feel with us as we are presenting to you, that you have come into a vibrational alignment with who you are that has surpassed anything that you've experienced before, which means your vibrational set point has shifted. It has shifted enough that now everything in your experience will be different. And to some of you, it will be dramatically different because the shift has been large. To others, it will be a smaller difference, but it makes no difference whether it is large or small, because there will be a conscious recognition that a vibrational shift has taken place, and therefore the thoughts are turning to things in a different way than they have before. So I want to close by just reminding you of this important point. If you can ignore the reality of what is just for a little while, we're talking about a few hours or even a day or two or three. If you can focus for just a few days on the heels of this conversation and this vibrational adjustment shifting that has taken place within you, you're going to move into a different vibrational frequency where the manifestations of your life will give you evidence of the vibrational shift that has taken place within you. We want you to embrace the manifestations that are coming to you, but even more than that, we want you to revel in the ideas that are flowing. So often when we visit with you, our beautiful physical friends, and we talk to you about these vibrational things, we talk to you about this vibrational reality, we encourage you to ignore the condition and feel good anyway. Sometimes you think that we're just trying to get you to feel better anyway for the sake of feeling better anyway. You think that we are trying to get you to feel better so that you don't notice that the manifestations that you want haven't come yet. That is not the case, because we know as you shift into feeling better, the manifestations must come. But here's the thing that we really want you to hear. If you are doing this, if you're playing our silly game and feeling better in order to accomplish a shift in the condition, then you haven't accomplished anything, because you are still allowing the condition and what it is to play too big of a role in your vibration. If you can really mean it when you say, I don't care if that trip to Australia ever comes, I just like the idea of feeling the expansion of my being. I don't need to go to Australia. I seek clarity. I don't need to go to Australia. I seek love. I don't need to go to Australia. I love the feeling of appreciation that is within me. There will be so many Australias in your experience, you won't know what to do with them. So that's the thing that you've got to sort out. You've got to figure out how you can separate your joy from the what is. You can no longer let your joy be dependent on what is, because it's holding you back from who you are and from the true joy that you deserve. There is great love here for you. And as always,